It's been just amazing.
Say, wow, what is going on here?
The buzz on the street is, what is DFS doing?
People get excited. Hey, I'm in DFS.
Experiencing something completely different that they get nowhere else in the world, but at a DFS Galleria.
September to remember. We dove into an activity that we feel is now part of our culture. Last year was Beauty Sensory Escape, and this year it is Oh So Stylish. I'm a stylish guy, I'm a stylish girl.
Well, you know what, it's a process. It really begins with a vision, it begins with an idea, and then you have to go through the concept period. So we were able to conceptualize and dream up new concepts and new ways to engage our customers.
These kinds of events, it takes us months to plan. But from the get-go, I think one of the things that we realized from last year was that if this is going to be a huge win, we have to keep in mind that customer's experience. And I think we played that out very, very well this time around.
We now look at customer engagement for this specific event in the customer experience. We no longer are looking at conversion, sales, traffic in a way that in our normal metrics.
We're creating an unforgettable experience. They will go back to Tokyo or Okinawa or wherever they're from, and they'll show all of their friends and family photos of DFS.
It starts with inspiration. And so we always begin at the beginning of the year finding that inspiration. And this year we were able to collaborate with the Little Black Dress, Guerlain inspiration, and the inspiration boards that James was able to pull together that was provided to us from corporate. So that made it easier, but we still had to put the energy behind the inspiration and really get it in our gut.
James Santos and his team, the creativity is insane. Consistently coming up with new ideas, new concepts. All the details and the visual intake of what the customers are going to see, smell, and touch really came from this team.
And so that process is a long process, and we started out this year almost 6 months in advance trying to figure out what we were going to do. And then we had the added challenge of tying it into our seasonal campaign.
The quality level of the visuals and the graphic design and the design of this event, sourcing some of these things and pulling together really the entire visual piece of this is obviously the key thing, and then making it fit in this beauty department. But then they took it outside the door to the front of the Galleria, which I think was probably one of our biggest wins this year.
This event, we really had a great opportunity to take it from a whole completely different direction. We had an opportunity to create a lot of photo events here in the store, which is really clearly tied into our How Do I Look Oh So Stylish campaign.
It hit us at the beginning of this during our green thinking meetings that photo opportunities were our best conversion, and to now focus on the customer experience, and we relate that experience successfully if they're taking photos.
So we were able to conceptualize and dream up new concepts and new ways to engage our customers. Well, I was really happy that my whole team could play a part in all of the production and the creation of all of this. It was a great chance for us to really flex our creative juices and to really approach it in a different manner. You know, this is a completely different event from last year's event. We basically had to create everything from scratch. You know, we saw the vision, we came up with the concepts, and we were able to execute everything exactly the way we set out to do it.
We found that people who had the fire in their belly already, they had the passion, and all we had to do was teach them the skills. And my management team, them being here every single night, we start with a pep talk. We get them rallied around a goal. They have a great time. They get to wear beautiful clothes, and it really is a fun atmosphere for them to be in. So
we kind of did these mini events leading up to September. And what it did was actually practice them. It practiced the makeup artists, it practiced the sales associates to build their skill levels and to increase their motivation and expectation for September.
Practice, getting people in their roles mentally, emotionally, so that when the curtain goes up, they become this event. Guam is getting very accustomed to putting on a big show like this now.
I want them to feel the energy. And it's hard to create that, it's hard to define that, but it's something that just, there's a buzz in the air. So they look around and, you know, there's so much to see, and there is this attraction everywhere they look that they want to take their time and really navigate through the beauty. And every single stop point throughout the store is really a different experience, but it's all a wow experience.
When you have as many as 24,000 footsteps walking through beauty, the customer is looking for the way out. You have to have enough that when they walk in the door, they stop in their foot tracks and keep them here. The only way we're going to convert 24,000 footsteps or more is to give them a wow experience and put in front of them mini events that they don't want to leave.
Iron Mail Concierge was really our wild card this year. It was a little brainstorm that my management team and I had to really get some local guys who could speak Japanese, and they did that, and they did it really, really well. So they would go to them with a warm greeting. They would book them an appointment. It was seamless. Every chair was full, every appointment was booked. I was ecstatic with the job that the concierge did.
My makeup artists, they're seasoned. They've been with us for quite a while. We have Manny Macario, and we also had Gemma Chambers, who were a feature makeup artist in our center stage. And they had personally trained our promoters during the past year to actually make a memorable experience with the customers when they sit on the chair, to the application, to the closing of the sale. And it didn't just happen overnight. This is a process that took time to bring the right people in with the right attitude and then train them for such a time as this.
Our male concierges were very much on top of things. They have the beauty menu in their iPads, so they're able to already approach customers and talk through the services that are all available. While we did do specific brands, we catered the services more as lifestyle treatments because it fit in very well with the fall campaign of Oh So Stylish. The themes then would be the rock star treatment, a customer that is really about her regimen and spends so much more time on her face and her skin and whatnot. And that included everything we were offering as a package. We had other lifestyle treatments that were shorter in time because of the differences in people's styles, just the way they wear their makeup. If they pick things like the lifestyle of a rock star, they got the treatment in their private cabanas where it included the skin demonstration, right down to complete with client robes and whatnot.
It's something that you would see by a pool in Palm Springs back in 1950. It really made it private, it made it luxurious, and it gave us a lot of credibility because it was done in such a professional atmosphere.
And it always included the fragrance bar. There we did custom drinks. We used the ingredients in the fragrances to create these drinks, and again tied to the lifestyle theme. We also did the hand massages there. Definitely we made sure that they were the, you know, hunky, more muscular. One of them was surprised that this big burly guy comes up to them and then all of a sudden his touch is really gentle.
We got a lot of repeat customers.
The windows were truly groundbreaking. The team went all over the island, taking snapshots of places on the island, and then putting the Oh So Stylish girl and guy into our windows, taking shots of themselves touring Guam was fabulous. I think it was an awesome idea for the window.
It says a lot to our localization because it talks about, you know, the fact that we are part of the community. Our front fashion windows are actually designed with our capital city in mind, so it really speaks to the whole local flavor and the local feel of the Galleria. Everything was done by local art. It was created by our local team here in Guam, and we actually had local artists come in and do all the painting. Quite exciting to see all the local talent just really step up and really pull this whole look together.
We reached out to some local professionals, technology, artists, actors, models, graphic design. The quality level of the local talent was collaborated with and pulled together for this event, created something that you would not see normally.
Customer experience with the sketch artist was just so memorable. To be able to sit there and have a beautiful sketch. It wasn't just like a cartoon sketch or anything that you see on the fairs or anything like that. These sketches were actually done by professional artists, absolutely beautiful, and the customers loved it.
The more you can give them opportunities to have keepsakes, it constantly reminds them of their experiences here in DFS, and you know, the longer they remember it, the more they keep talking about DFS, and I think that's very, very significant for us.
You know, we had a really successful pulse point, which is we call it living art, which we actually have a live model having itself painted into the background, and we have our live artists doing the painting and stuff. And you know what it really caused was live performance art.
It draws in a big crowd, lots of photo ops, and it also allows us to slow the customer down, and it's close to our fragrance area, so it was a great opportunity for our fragrance advisors to go up and really introduce them to some of the new fragrances, so it helped our fragrance business, but it really was a pulse point, and it was a great photo op.
We brought in Ami Aya, young girls, cute as can be, you know, twins that have a following that's huge. There's like 1.4 million hits a day on their blog site. We were able to actually do a mini talk show in the store with them so that they could talk with customers live about their experience. There were a lot of good comments we got out of them, both in their interviews with Elle Girl and All About magazine, and also in their talk show itself.
What we're looking at now is the customer experience, particularly as it involves social media.
And we actually found that the photo taking was a very crucial part of the event.
The vintage photo concept that we did, where customers were seeing us literally take pictures, and to be able to post those right onto the screen in store, people get excited. They'll go over there to see themselves. Hey, I'm in DFS. Look at my picture on this screen.
The flashing of the photos from the cameras and the iPhones was like you had a celebrity at each specific event. And that the level of energy and excitement from the customer was exponential compared to last year.
There's very much to be said for customers speaking about us as opposed to us speaking about us. And they're shooting, you know, pictures all over the place, and we're shooting pictures of them. The ability to make sure that the floor was Wi-Fi capable. You see them literally shooting the pictures, and then they're hitting their smartphones and posting it already on Facebook. Their friends and their family can instantly see what they're experiencing, and it becomes a big win for us.
During our VIP night, we had 24,000 footsteps walk through Beauty, which is our single highest traffic night so far this month.
So the night that we did the fireworks, we made it into a total beauty party.
People enjoyed it. It created so much energy on the floor, created so much energy on the street. That evening, we owned the streets of Tumon.
Trying to execute it was a bit challenging because we'd never done it before. Having to get all the clearances was one thing locally, but you know, I also had to make sure that we were in compliance with risk management corporately. In the end, we shot it from the back of the store so that everybody that was able to see it from the front, I think seeing it come off the top of the building was exciting for them. We just completed the Miss Universe pageant for Guam, so our new beauty queens, we had them in the store. They attracted a lot of attention. We did use many more male models that night to also excite people at the front entrance. We had music blaring both inside and outside so people could hear it. I think the execution in front visually was amazing.
Some of my local retail friends, I mean, they were saying that their malls were absolutely dead, that everybody wanted to know what was going on at DFS.
Memorable, memorable, memorable to the customer. It was just, really the hype was out. We had a DJ, and the fireworks was really the icing on the cake. It was like, wow, here we are, September, just absolutely spectacular.
I think this time we went larger than we've ever really gone. The graphics were done by the visual team in conjunction with our Hong Kong visuals, so this was a collaboration. And then we had these produced, very much the fashion style. The intent with this was not just to drive sales, but also the hopes of everybody that gets one of these, you can see them actually using it on the street. One of the things that we did differently that was significant was taking our DFS shuttles and actually wrapping them, all the windows with the graphics for this promotion, because those shuttles run up and down Tumon and hit all of the hotels, bringing customers to DFS. Beyond that, it became putting it on the Hotel Visitors channel. We have a big LED screen across the street that we made sure we were streaming it there. The graphics were very strong, everything tied back to the fall campaign. What you saw on the buses and on the trolleys, then you drive by DFS, you see it in front, you see it in the front windows, our light boxes outside. So there was very much a good symmetry in that messaging.
I'm proud. There was a lot of work that went into this, and you never know how it's going to turn out. But getting through the first couple of days and being able to step back and watch the team really perform like a machine. I couldn't be any prouder.
I'm noticing that other locations are following in some of these footsteps and testing it out on their own. And I say, good luck in identifying your version of this. If that happens, we'll all feel good. At the end, we do the post-mortem, and we understand what worked, what didn't work, which really started the inspiration last year for this entire event. These events actually live on month to month. We copycat a lot of these single events throughout the year, and the expertise and training that we get from actually doing this actually lives on for an entire year.